So for today's edition of Macht Family Meals, this is going to be something we've been doing more and more recently because, well, the kids kind of like it.
Yeah, I would say so.
So the good old French fry. We've looked up a lot of different recipes and come up with kind of a mix of a couple different styles. Seems to work pretty well for us, so we're going to walk you through it. It does take a little bit of time, but it's time where the French fry kind of sits and waits, not like time where you actually do things. All right, let's see what kind of potatoes. We got some Idaho russet potatoes. Lengthwise, get them on the cutting board. Should be able to see it in the camera. I'm gonna go a little thinner. Last time we did this, we did a little thicker, and I'm not sure I like them as much. So be careful when slicing, because these guys, I mean, you can see the amount of moisture inside of them. With that amount of moisture, they like to slide a little bit, and if they slide a little bit, that's a good way to take a finger off. So, or at least chop a finger. So notice knuckles. So we're absolutely gonna get it. I find it easiest if you get like a little indent. See that? Already slid. There you go. If you get a little indent going, and then kind of get in and go. This guy. All right. So while I'm cutting this, wifey, can you get some cold water in this bowl? And then can you get a little bit of sugar and pour, I don't know, a tablespoon of sugar in there?
Okay.
The tablespoon of sugar part is something I learned from reading a recipe on how McDonald's does their French fries. So we're trying to get some of the starch out of the fry so you get that nice crisp outside and the nice soft inside. Colin would tell you, we're not professionals here, obviously, right? Yeah. Cold water with a little bit of sugar. We're gonna take our nice potato sticks, and these are just raw potato sticks. Get them in that water. I like to move them just a little bit to make sure they separate. Sometimes lay them one direction, sometimes lay them the other direction. Try not to splash your wifey with too much water.
That would be appreciated.
Okay, so as she's going to get the ice, the reason why we do this water bath, cold water bath, is to try to get some of the extra starch out of the potato before we go into the oil. So this is going to be minimally half an hour up to about 4 hours. I don't know the exact reason why. That's just what I've read by reading a bunch of different recipes. They say 4 hours is the maximum that you really want to do. I think it breaks down the potato. That's my guess.
I mean, it breaks down the starch.
Breaks down the starch in the potato, so it's not a good fry anymore.
Okay.
It's been half an hour. So we've got the bowl with the fries over there that have been de-starched. We've got oil over here that's hot. In here today we've got some vegetable oil and also some olive oil. Now, a couple things to remember for safety, because I've definitely failed at this before. Don't fill the oil up all the way. Realize when the fries go in, it's going to start to have that boil, and it will rise, and try to get even more of that liquid out of the fry. I've got a thermometer in here. Right now we are 375. You kind of want to be more like 325, 350, but we started a little bit late, so it got a little hotter. Don't worry, as soon as it goes in, the temp will drop. Okay, so I got some paper towels here. What we're going to do is we're going to take them out of the cold water, and that is some cold water. Put it on the paper towel to try to get a little bit more of the moisture off, because if you throw water into exceptionally hot oil, very, very bad situation. As you see, we've got the fries on this towel. I'm putting a new towel in here as well because a lot of moisture. This is one of those steps that you're like, oh, I don't really need to do this. Believe me, you throw one of those fries in there and it's got this amount of moisture on it, yeah. You can overboil that oil out of it, and by doing so, you can create a fire in your kitchen. So let's not have fires. Talk us through it.
All right, we're just going to put a few French fries on here. This helps you not drop them in. And you put them in.
Timer for 5 minutes. You do want to make sure that you move them around just a little bit and make sure they don't stick together. And then we do batches of this. You can do 1 to 2 of this big of a spoon because of the amount of oil we've got. And 5 minutes, and then we're going to take them out and put them in a pan.
So this is a 2-fry.
This is a 2-fry fry.
It's a 2-fry fry.
So as you can tell, looking super close on the up close cam, they're floating around. Technically at this point in time, they're probably good to remove. I've just had a little bit more luck recently leaving them in just a little bit longer. Our temp is actually a little on the hot side, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit to about, say, 60% up. Talk us through it, wife.
All right, we're going to pull these out and place them into the Pyrex and get our next batch in there. These are going to rest.
All right, so wifey's going to pull the second batch of fries. Always make sure you're slow, you're methodical, you are dealing with hot oil. So quite candidly, the longest part of this process is getting the oil up to temp and then letting the fries just sit in that water to begin with. After they're in this dish, we're going to put them in the fridge, and then they can just sit there for a day, 2 days, and then bring them out of the fridge, get them in the hot oil for about somewhere between 4 to 8 minutes, just depending on how thick you actually cut them. You really just kind of got to look at it and kind of feel it out. With about this size of fry that we have today, our second fry will probably be about a 5-minute fry.
All right, so we've got the fries here. We're gonna get them covered and put these in the refrigerator.
All right, so it's now been a day, maybe 2 days since we prepped the fries. We've got Ella's here, Colin's over there. So we got our fries in the container. First layer. Second layer underneath, right?
Yeah, and then third layer.
We got oil super hot, so we got to stay back from the oil.
Really hot.
Right now, 375 to 400 degrees. How many degrees?
400? 400 degrees. He's going to slowly put them each in. And it's about going to be like 2 minutes for them to be probably perfect. If you're doing a fancy dinner with like fancy people, so it has to be perfect.
I'm putting a timer for about 4 minutes. We'll see how they go. Want to make sure they don't stick together.
Yeah, 4 minutes right now.
Cooking pretty fast.
There's a lot of bubbles in there.
So we had the fries in the fridge, so they're cold. Remember, we already kind of did the first cook, the first fry.
And when they're cold, when you put them in hot water, they have a quicker reaction.
So we're hoping the outside gets super crispy and the inside stays nice and mushy.
Yeah, but not too mushy.
Ella, you need to check them out. Give it a peek. Are they looking Ella delicious? Not yet. How about another 50 seconds?
Just like a little.
A little bit more? I'll move them around just a little bit.
Now.
Now? Right now. Okay. So I'm going to lift them up and show this camera so you can kind of see them. Nice and brown. Got a little bit of a hard exterior. You can feel it when you tap on them a little bit. Gently take them out, because they are exceptionally hot. Line them up. Watch for any oil that might fall off your ladle, because that will really hurt. I have definitely burned myself doing this before, and it does not feel good. important thing I've learned here is get them salted quick. Nice amount of salt there. Because it's like the salt will almost seems like it dissolves into the fry. So we're going to take it and we're going to shake it a little bit, get it together. Realize they are still very, very hot. Like a mug. Kind of fold it, put it in there. Then we're going to take these fries, kind of slide them in. Definitely dropped one there.
Don't forget the ketchup. I'll go get it from the fridge.
Gotta have ketchup, especially in this house. Oh my goodness.
We got ketchup to dip in here. I'm gonna try it first. So I like it. A little bit better than last time.
That's good.
It's like,
How much ketchup did you do?
some.
Ella, I'm gonna have one.
And then dip it in.
Dip it in.
See if you like it. Oh.
Mmm. It's tasty.
I know.
Remember, don't double dip. So turn around the other way and dip it.
Or you can break it into halves. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that like button and hit the bell. See you later, guys. Bye.